Hi, I'm Roland with ACK. I want to cover one of the most commonly asked questions that we get, which is, what kayak is best suited for my needs? As simple as it may sound, it can be quite complicated when you visit any one of our stores or our website at ack.com. With so many different models and sizes to choose from, it can be quite daunting. So what I'm going to do today is narrow it down for you a little bit to 5 categories. There's sit inside, sit on top, whitewater, touring, also known as sea kayaks, and what we refer to as the canoe-kayak hybrids. Now, kayak fishing can hold its own category. In fact, any of the kayaks I just mentioned can be transformed into a kayak fishing machine with just a few accessories. But that renders a whole nother video. We'll cover that later. In the meantime, let's get started. So here you have your standard recreational sit-inside kayak. As you can see, it's got a semi-enclosed cockpit, quite larger than you'd find in some of the other kayaks, making it easier to get in and out of the boat. One of the key differentiators of a sit-inside kayak as opposed to a sit-on-top is the fact that if water enters the boat, it will stay in the boat, which is why it's always important to carry a bilge pump. That said, you can actually purchase a skirt that fits around this area to protect yourself from the elements and from water entering the boat. Another key feature of a sit-inside kayak is the bulkhead. This is designed for 2 reasons. 1, to keep water from entering the boat should you roll, or 2, it also serves as a dry storage area. These kayaks are very popular amongst recreational paddlers of all types, making it one of the more popular choices. Here you have a sit-on-top kayak. As the name states, you actually sit on top of the kayak as opposed to inside like a sit-inside kayak. Another key differentiator between a sit-on-top and a sit-inside is the fact that if water gets in the boat, it actually drains out, also known as self-bailing. One of the key features of a sit-on-top kayak is the tank load area. This makes it popular for kayak anglers because of the fact that you can access your gear easily. Just like a sit-inside kayak, you do have hatches for dry storage and unlimited deck rigging options. Sit-on-top kayaks tend to be one of the more stable of the bunch, and they're actually very easy to get in and out of, making it an ideal choice for any type of paddler and kayak anglers alike. So here you have a whitewater kayak. As you can see, it looks like a lot like a sit-inside recreational kayak. The only difference is the cockpit is much smaller. This provides more control when rolling the boat. Speaking of rolling, we do recommend that you utilize a properly fitted skirt. This will help you protect you from the elements, but more importantly, will help keep water out of the hull. In addition to that, you find that they're shorter in design and tend to have rounder or even flatter hull designs. This allows for more maneuverability amongst whitewater rapids. If you do plan to buy a whitewater kayak, we do recommend that you seek proper lessons for the most enjoyable experience out in the water. Now here you have a touring kayak, also known as a sea kayak. As you can see, very similar in design to recreational sit-inside kayaks, except they're much longer and thinner. This contributes to a quicker and a more efficient paddling experience, especially for those long distance trips. You'll also find the design of a sea kayak is made so that you can roll the boat just like you would a whitewater kayak. In addition, the length of the boat provides additional cargo space, as you can see here, for those long distance trips where you may need extra gear. These boats aren't made for everyone, but for those looking for the ultimate experience in long distance paddling, this is your boat. Here you have a canoe-kayak hybrid. It basically combines the best of both worlds. At first glance, it may look more like a canoe, but the reality is it paddles more like a kayak. In fact, you actually use a kayak paddle for this boat. This wide open cockpit allows for unlimited storage capabilities, making it an ideal platform for fishing, but also kayak camping. Now this boat is made specifically for flat waters, but if you do want to paddle choppier waters, most manufacturers do offer skirt systems to help protect you from the elements and from getting too much water in the boat. However, if you do get water in the boat, it's not self-bailing, so you will have to use a bilge pump just like you would in a sit-inside kayak. Hybrids tend to be the most stable of the bunch. They're actually designed so that you can stand in them. Again, a great platform for fishing. My favorite feature of these boats are the seats. They are by far the most comfortable, and you'll just have to take my word for it. So there you have it. We just covered 5 of the most popular categories in the industry. Now, we do realize that each category can narrow down into more choices, depending on your specific needs, so we're happy to answer any questions you may have. Email us at customer@austinkayak.com and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Until then, we look forward to outfitting your adventure. Thank you.